Hello, thank you for tuning in to The Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White. Wow, we have a very special guest today. We're here on location at the home of the one, the only Adrian Davis. So sit back, relax, and we'll be right back on The Right Hook Show.
About to show these little I go. Pay attention, you should stay and learn. Turned up in the club, nigga. You know I came here with baby girl.
A, B-A-B-I-E. Everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box, I stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish you would try to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate now.
She's a boxing promoter and you know a soldier.
Welcome back to The Right Hook Show. Like I said, we have a very, very special guest. It's Mr. Adrian Davis. Hey, Adrian, so what's been going on? I mean, I'm just so thrilled to be here. This is your location, your house, and I'm just admiring all the pictures you have on your wall. But before we get to the pictures, I just want to talk to you about where did you grow up?
In Washington, D.C., born and raised.
You're a native Washingtonian? I am too. Oh my God.
Columbia Hospital.
Columbia, I was at the D.C. General. So let me ask you this. How old were you when you got into boxing?
15.
15? So how did you just went into a gym one day? How did you decide to go into boxing?
I was walking a friend of mine's home who lived on East Capitol Street, and got Rolling Taylor, and looked over and saw a bunch of kids peeping in the window, jumping around, hollering around and everything. So I went over there to see what they were looking at, and it was boxing. I saw a guy jumping rope in the air, hitting the speed bag. I never saw that before.
Wow.
So I ran down to the door, come around from the side into the door. It was the East Capitol Street Projects apartments. And a bunch of the guys took the basement where the laundry room were, took the laundry machines out and put the bags up and started using it as a gym.
Wow.
And I every time I tried to get in the door, they wouldn't let me in the door. They wouldn't let kids in the gym. So I saw a guy come out the door and dump a spit bucket. So I said, "Sir, you want me to do that for you?" And the guy told me, said, "You don't mind doing this?" I said, No, I do it.
Wow.
So then I started dumping the spit bucket in every day. I was a little flunky for them.
But doing that allowed you to get in and start training, right?
I stayed there one day. One of the guys, I was sweeping the floor. The guy told me, "Don't sweep the floor, man, until we leave, man, because the dust
get
in."
Yeah.
So I was over there shadow boxing. I didn't think they could see me, but when you have mirrors on the wall, you can see around corners, And the guy said, "Well, you learn how to do that?" And I said, "Sure, I've been practicing." He said, "You been practicing the boxing?" I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "You really want to box?" I said, "Yeah, yes, sir."
So when you said you were practicing, were you practicing at home or were you?
Well, when I would leave the gym. When I would leave the gym.
Because you just saw those guys
okay,
boxing.
Champ, we see tomorrow. And they go their way and I go my way to get in the car and take off. But I would walk home. I lived about a mile and a half from the gym. And I would walk on. And as I was going away, I'd be throwing punches, learning how to do what I saw the guys do. So the guy told me, said, "Let me your hands. Hey man, you been jabbing good." He said, "You really want to box, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, yes, sir." He said, "Look here, come on in the gym tomorrow. I'm gonna start training you, okay?" He said, "This guy named Marvin. He said, I'm gonna start training." He said, "Man, you may be a champion or something. Just come on in here, bring some cut your pants off a little bit. You got jeans or something, and tennis shoes, and I'll start training you." So that's what started. I've been boxing ever since then.
Well, so when did you?
Well, they put me in tournaments. They had tournaments that come in, Golden Glove tournament.
I was going to ask about that. The Golden. So how successful were you with the amateur career?
I won. I won like about 29, 30 fights in a row. Like
wow.
I just winning. Because I was really admiring the guy. We had a fighter named Sonny Bo Williams. Sonny Bo Williams comes from Lincoln Heights over there.
Oh.
He was he fought the lightweight champion of the world, Joe Brown, a guy named Joe Brown, and he lost by TKO, technical cut, put on his eye, put on his face. He had to stop the fight, so he didn't win. But he was a he was the hero of the neighborhood around there. Everybody said big strong neck on him and everything, big biceps, and I just wanted to be like that. And I've been in, because of that, I've been in. Then the guys put me in a tournament, and my mother and my mother and my father, they hated boxing.
Right.
It's because of the saga of Joe Louis. Joe Louis was very ignorant. They had no education.
Yeah.
You know, couldn't talk well. I after if I glad I win, tell my mother I'd be right home.
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
talk or nothing.
Yeah.
Didn't make no money. They robbed him from all his money in a fourth grade education. And my mother, it was just a no-no. You ain't boxing in this house here. You can't do that. So I would have to go out, come out the room, drop my gym bag down for the floor.
And sneak out the house to go box.
Come around the front round, go out the front door, run around the back, pick up the bag, and run up to the gym. I mean, it really can't, because they just, ain't nobody gonna be ignorant like Joe. And then Joe had lost all his money.
Yeah, he really did.
He couldn't talk. I tell my mother, I'd be right home.
Yeah, and that was a terrible.
Too.
Back then, the boxers were really treated, but that was a way to make money. One of the ways to make money.
For the ghetto, it was the only way.
Absolutely, legally, right? Absolutely. So and I want to talk about boxers. I got 3 names I want to give you, and I want you to tell me about each one of those fights. What you remember, in terms of, was it a hard fight? What did you think about it? We're going to talk about your very first fight, which was September 15th, 1965, Herbie Lee. What do you remember about that fight?
It wasn't a right fight. I came into boxing in a sense blind. I didn't know anything about a fighter who tried to build his record up for 4 fights, 6 fights, 10 fights, like that. And they told me that I was fighting this guy, and I didn't know who I was fighting, because I didn't tell to my mother or my father or my older brother to say, who you fighting? Find out who you fighting. Find out his record. I didn't do anything like that. I just thought I was fighting, and then the guys told me they're gonna let me know who I'm gonna fight. They was a surprise. This guy's a big surprise. You wait till you see it when you get down. You'll fight him. They never told me that until about 2 weeks before the fight. When I got down there, I was fighting a guy named Herbie Lee Dawson, which was a hero in the area. Everybody knew of him. That he had like about 8 fights in a row, and it was only my first fight. And I didn't know that. You got him. And my style and my ability was really better than he was, but I didn't have the record that he did. I didn't have any fight. It was my first fight. But I think, like I said, his 5th or 6th fight. And they matched me with him, and I got tired. I was beating him good, I felt. But in the 3rd round, which I'd never been 3 rounds before, I've never been over 3 rounds before.
Yeah, because you were just coming out of the amateurs. Right.
So I was just tired, and I got tired, and the referee had to stop the fight because I kept holding it. They didn't really stop it because he knocked me out, knocked me down. I really was just tired. I couldn't fight him.
Yeah.
And the referee stopped me for if you check the record, it's a disqualification because I kept holding the guy.
Oh, okay.
I didn't lose by so-called TKO.
Okay.
I was so tired, I just couldn't fight no more.
Okay, now we're going to talk about the late, great Johnny Gant. For those who don't know, he had his homecoming last Friday, and Adrian and I were both there at the funeral. But that was your fight that you had May 28th, 1970. Tell me about that fight.
Well, I really didn't kind of like not now, because Johnny became a personal friend of mine, good guy. But they made the match with me too. I think everybody thought that he could outbox me. He had 10-round fights before, so he developed to go a lot of rounds. You got to train yourself to make yourself go 8 rounds, 10 rounds.
Oh, I can.
And I never had that before. I never had a coach that really look out for me, try to look out. I made my own self running in the morning, running at nighttime. I made myself get in shape.
Yeah, that was the fight that you won, the Johnny Gant fight.
I won that fight, yeah. And then later on in life, Johnny and I became like brothers.
Yeah.
Good friends.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
That's the
every
good
time we
thing.
saw each other, we give each other a hug, talk to each other. I got his phone number. And later life, for some reason, he moved to Georgia.
Yeah, Atlanta. Yeah.
He lived, but he came back home. He had his funeral all back home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I kind of broke down a little bit about Johnny because I never saw a guy that when we fought each other, Johnny had the real boxing thing. When he fights a person, he don't want to see that person. He don't want to talk to that person.
Yeah.
He's just into it real deep like that.
Right. Right.
And one day we was going out to gym together, and I told Johnny, this fight ain't gonna make us fall out. And he said, no, this is just who I am before a fight. Kind of walked away like,
He got to get that warrior mentality, so he can do what he had to do in the ring.
I kind of shrugged my shoulders about that. I really didn't understand what he was doing, but just after later life, after I learned Johnny a little bit better and his career was over and everything,
Right.
he was that kind of a person. He got into it real seriously. And Johnny could really box. He could box his like Sugar Ray. He fought Sugar Ray Leonard also. I think it took Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah, he
8
sure
rounds
did.
to beat him. I beat him in 2 because Johnny boxer.
Right.
And I wish I could have fought Leonard, but it happened for him better because he lasts longer. I'm a little older than Johnny
Right.
too.
Right.
And because of that, my career was over when his was still going on.
Yeah. And so that's the last. This is your last fight. That was December the 5th, 1972. Jesse Avalos.
Yeah, it's terrible. I mean, you fight who the promoter want to win. Simple as that. It's a terrible way to say.
Yeah.
It's on public wise, so it can be known that there's some hanky panky going on around.
Right. Well, you speak the truth. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah. When I had friends, I was working a job in the People Drugstore warehouse down there on First and Florida Avenue, down Peace Street down there. I was working inside the warehouse there, and I was training down there. Everybody down there wanted to come see me fight, and they came to see me fight. And the people who never seen fight before, they didn't understand. Why was another guy beat this guy so good, but they give it to the other guy? People didn't understand that.
Yeah.
But I thought I beat the guy here, beat him good, all whole 10 rounds.
Yeah, but they gave it to Jesse.
They gave it to Jesse Avalos.
Yeah, and so
undefeated fighter coming up here for some sort of so-called Texas champion. If you look at the thing real close, you see they got him rated.
Oh, Jesse. Oh, yeah.
Some sort of a Texas champion. So of course the promoter probably wrote up there, paid the promoter a couple of dollars to make sure his boy do okay and come back home with a win.
And we got that poster right here, the Jesse Avalos poster.
Jesse Avalos.
Avalos poster, and we'll show you guys later on in the show. Adrian preserved it really well. So Adrian, let's talk about when did you start training people? And how did you come with that decision to do
I
that?
got injured in the fight, that fight right there. Well, I was already injured in the fight. To be honest with you, it's all over. Nobody can get in trouble because all the people dead now. Commissioner, the doctor from Baltimore, Maryland, Dr. Athlete Commission. And but I wasn't supposed to take that fight because I failed the eye exam.
Oh, okay.
I failed it.
Okay.
But one of the guys said something, maybe getting people in trouble, but one of the guys said something to the commissioner, but they're not there anyway no more anyway.
Right.
So they told me that the doctor came back and told the person that this fight can't go because he's got a bad eye. He can't pass it.
The exam.
His retina is bad. The guy said, the promoter said, "Come on, man. Adrian Davis, you don't need no eyes to fight nobody. Let that go. I got big money on this thing." Somehow they let it go. And I got a little injured in the fight. After the fight, I was a little injured. I lost eye.
Yeah. So you decided to just jump into training? Did you immediately jump into the training, or did you say, "Well, let me take a break from boxing"? Did you do that?
No. Again, like I say, the people in the gyms, and these people have passed on now, they did.
Mm-hmm.
But the guy was trying to get me to fight out of town because they'll check your eyes out of town. Go fight in Germany, go fight in Mexico, go fight.
Right.
And I fought at several places in Mexico, which everything is legal in Mexico. You know. I got to be blind. They almost let you fight.
Yeah, they want you to fight. They put the show
When
on.
I fought down in Mexico, that was another one of the saddest times of my career. I received no purses because the promoter who went down there with me, a guy by the name of Harry Barnett, went down there with me. He was supposed to be some kind of an attorney. He collected all the money and left before the fight was over. Like before I came out the dressing room, collected all my money and went back to Mexico.
What? Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Went back to Washington, D.C.
Oh my God.
I couldn't get out. I speak Spanish a little bit. So I survived around there. So only reason I got back home is because, like I said, I spoke Spanish. Me and another guy was down there, a guy named Buzzy Young. He did too. He just died. And so I got back home some kind of way. When I got back home, I went to his office. The guy owned a vending machine on Riggs Road.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
I get my money. They told me that Harry Barnett got the money. They said he never brought the money back. So,
That's terrible. And so you just did that discourage you from boxing anymore, or?
It made me believe a little bit of what my mother was telling me about Joe Louis and boxing is for ghetto ignorant people, and you can't make it in boxing that you got a top manager and all that. So I kind of felt like lost. I didn't know what to do. So a guy by the name of John McDonald, white guy, told me that you need to start coaching because you can't fight no more. And my eye was kind of crooked and everything. Everybody could see something wrong with it.
Right.
So
You just decided, hey, I'm just gonna train.
yeah.
And you know, let's go and talk about those that you train. You trained Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah.
That's one. Hussein Rockman.
Yeah.
So name some others.
Yeah.
Then you train your sons too, right, Victor?
Yeah. I trained 14 world champions. That's a record, right? Nobody's done that.
Wow, 14.
14 world. 15 for real. Oh, no. He ain't won it yet, but the boy I trained.
Michael, right?
Michael. What's his name?
I don't know his last. That's Zeke's.
It's an African name.
Yeah, I don't know because I think I remember you and Zeke went to a fight on
New York,
in New York, and you came back from New York to go to Johnny Gant's funeral.
Yeah, I went to the funeral. Yeah, that's why I went there.
And that's commitment.
Yeah.
And
I told her Johnny, he and Johnny made the relationship work because although we fought, although it wasn't like he wanted to go, he lost the fight,
right.
But he still was reached out to me and gave me every time he see me, give me a big hug and everything, talk to me and everything, and
oh no, that was a loss. And then you lost your wife, who was very instrumental in what you were doing in boxing, you know.
Yeah, she stuck with me.
Yeah, and the bookkeeping, right? That was one of the things that she did.
The bookkeeping. She was a judge in boxing.
Yeah.
She was a timekeeper. She was a.
Yes, she sure was.
Everything about. She was a president of the
association. Yeah, Potomac.
Potomac Valley Association. She was a first lady boxing judge around in a lot of the states around here.
And you guys had gyms as well. I remember you had a gym right there off of Central Avenue.
Yeah, round one.
Yeah, round one. Yeah, and then you had one that was on, was it Bladensburg Road? Or Rhode Island? I think it was Rhode Island.
It was in Bladensburg.
Yeah, you had a gym there. So, I mean, tell me about that. When you first opened your first gym, what was the feeling like to do that?
Well, I mean, it was good. Because that's really what I needed because I was excelling so big in other places. Every place that I trained people at, I became to be so big there that the gym couldn't continue to hold me. Too many children, too many members in there, and they had to go to someplace else. So this, I was in the, where was I? Then they had Tuxedo Road, I think.
Oh yes, Tuxedo Road. That's right.
Yeah. And like I said, boxing, Tuxedo Road, I had to move because too many the wrong people kept coming around. There's too many. The boxing is it collects a lot of the street people.
Yeah,
And to be honest with you, boxing, that's all it is. It's just uneducated people, ex-convicts. That's a terrible way to speak about it, but that's what fills up the boxing gyms and the boxing arenas and the boxing people.
Yeah, but do you think on some level, I think we, especially the younger ones that are coming up, they're better educated. If you look at the ones that are coming up now,
it's definitely changed now. Louis.
Yeah, but
it still just got a bad name, especially if you look back at the historical people that was in boxing.
Yeah,
that's why I think so much about Joe Louis. My mama talked bad about Joe Louis, and all my people talk so bad about Joe Louis. But Joe Louis was a good guy.
Yeah, he was.
He never got arrested.
Right.
He never tried to gyp.
And he joined the military.
He did everything.
Yeah.
He did everything that was supposed to be so-called legal like that.
Yeah, he did.
That's the same way I feel about myself.
Right.
I'm one of the few people in boxing, never been arrested before in my life, never been any kind of trouble. Graduated from high school, everything, and I think that should be also shut out there a little bit too.
Oh, absolutely.
Everybody don't do. No. Certain people, I'm not gonna call his name, but certain people was a good fighter too. But you know where he really came from? That person I'm talking, he came from Lawton, reformer to Lawton jail. And that's how he won, that's how he got noticed, because people seeing him winning from Lawton. A lot of the inmates that came up for Lawton, they could fight real well. He got good name, and that's how they really made it.
Wow.
And that's how this person made it,
Well, I'm just in awe about your whole career, Adrian, but you also had your kids. Some of your kids were boxers, correct? Yeah. And did very well. You had Victor, right? Yeah. Did your daughter ever box?
No, never. I wouldn't let a girl box. I don't train. But I did have one girl champion. I almost said the wrong thing. But I did have a girl to become a champion. What's the girl name? I can't think of her name now. As a matter of fact, I keep telling you, I had 14 world champions, but this was the girl champion. She beat Kristen Martin, the girl, Kristen Martin on TV. She beat that girl, Kristen Martin.
Oh, wow.
And became the champion of the world.
Leslie?
No.
Oh. I can't think of her name. I know who you're talking about because I remember seeing that fight.
Yeah. I can't think of her name.
Yeah, but Adrian, I know you're going to say that you didn't want your daughter into boxing because you know. Yeah, but you do have grandkids that are boxing now, correct?
Yeah, I have grandchildren.
Yeah. So are you training them, or do they go somewhere else to be trained?
One of them, DeAndre, that's Vita's child. That's Vita's son.
So is it hard training so your relative as opposed to just someone off the street?
It's not hard to train because by nature they got it in their bones and their brains.
Right.
When this boy DeAndre, who boxes now, when he started training, I didn't train him. He had Pampers on, training around the house. He had throwing punches.
And he was just doing that. He was just punching.
Just punching around.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, of course, who can train a person or give a person a fight that have Pampers on? That means he wasn't.
Yeah, you born. That's something inside your genes. Your genes. It's something inside you have that.
He could barely walk and he did.
Well, that's all right. So we're gonna be looking forward to seeing that young man.
Yeah, he's training. He's fighting right now. He's got a pretty good record. I think he lost 2 fights. I think.
Wow.
I think maybe.
I gotta keep on look for him then.
DeAndre Davis.
Yeah. DeAndre Davis. That's a powerful name. Yeah. So we're gonna look out for that, and we're gonna take a break right now, and we'll be back shortly on the Right Hook Show.
BABIE, everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box, I stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish y'all to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah. I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate.
She's a boxing promoter and a soldier. She work with big.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White, and this is our co-host right here, Mr. Leo White. He decided to sit in with us today. We're going to tell you a little bit about our show. We got some great lineup for you. We got some boxers talking about what the pandemic has done in terms of putting their boxing career on hold. And you're going to talk to Moi about how she got into the boxing business. So hope you tune in because, like I said, we have some very great pieces for you. So always remember, we always be bringing you great punches right here on The Right Hook Show.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool.
She's my superhero.
Good job, Kitty Cat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
B-A-B-I-E, everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box hot, stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish y'all to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate now.
She's a boxing promoter and you know a soldier. She work with big.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to The Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White, and this is our co-host right here, Mr. Leo White. He decided to sit in with us today. We're going to tell you a little bit about our show. We got some great lineup for you. We got some boxers talking about what the pandemic has done in terms of putting their boxing career on hold. And you're going to talk to Moi about how she got into the boxing business. So hope you tune in because, like I said, we have some very great pieces for you. So always remember, we always be bringing you great punches right here on The Right Hook Show.
Myth. If you get COVID-19, you'll recover after a few days. That myth is false. We're only just beginning to understand the effects of COVID-19 on the human body, as we're starting to see more and more people identifying as long haulers who are having symptoms for weeks, if not months after their initial infection. Continue to wear a mask, socially distance, and wash your hands. Together, we can keep COVID out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Even though there is so much against us, you will see me wearing a face covering because I care about myself and my community. You will see me as a woman who stands up for what I believe in. Join us in wearing a face covering to help stop the spread of the coronavirus, because this is one small act of kindness that has the power to make a difference.
Welcome back to The Right Hook Show. We're here with the one and only Adrian Davis, and we're just going over some of his pictures in this house here. I mean, he has a history of pictures from from Malcolm X. I'm sorry, from heavyweights, Muhammad Ali, Joe Frazier. I mean, come on, Adrian, come over here and tell us about this picture you have right here. You told me earlier that you were somewhere.
These are every one of these guys are heavyweight and have been heavyweight champion of the world. We started back here with Jersey Joe Walcott back in the 40s and 50s. Joe Frazier back in the 60s. Joe Lewis back in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s. And Jack Dempsey.
Jack Dempsey. Oh my God.
Back in 1919. Matter of fact, I got an uncle that had just passed away about a week and a half ago, something like that. And I was at his funeral down in South Carolina, and he was born the same time Jack Dempsey won the title, 1919.
Oh,
He was 103 years old.
And
this is Floyd Patterson.
Floyd Patterson, then the one and only Muhammad Ali.
Muhammad Ali.
So tell us about this picture right here.
This is a picture of my family. My daughter Vita, my wife Brenda, my son Demetrius Vaughn Davis, myself, and Victor Davis.
Wow. And then we come over here, and this is when Victor won a...
Yeah, this was a famous fight. He made fight of the year on this fight here when he beat Vincent Petway from Baltimore.
Oh, yeah.
And Yardley Cicchini. Yardley Cicchini was a referee who had to get out the ring because he got hit by one of them accidentally. And it's the first time that a referee had to come out the ring and put another referee in. Because he was accidental hit.
Right.
And this is Victor here. This is Victor. This is Sean Bay. Sean Bay became also world champion. I started him off when he was 8 years old. And this is Victor fighting. I can't remember the guy's name, but he became champion, and Victor fought him and beat him.
All right, we're gonna go in here to some more pictures in your award room, and tell us about this award, Adrian. Right here.
This is an award for the fighter that died. Remember I tell you about behaving Scotland.
Yeah. Scotland B. They call him B.
Yeah, we call him B.
This is for your wife, Brenda Davis.
Brenda Davis.
All right, and come down here, Nelson Mandela. You have a picture of Nelson Mandela. Is that one of your?
I think so much of that because we was in South Africa with Hassan Rotman when he fought at the I forgot that place where we fought, like a carnival place. And he knocked out. That's where he knocked out Lennox Lewis.
Okay.
And I saw him out there. I say this because a little story. I saw Nelson Mandela. We was on a bus every time we trained him. The guy would bring a little bus there, pick us up, and take us to the gym, bring us back from the gym. And while we were driving down the street, I saw Nelson Mandela. He was in the car, stopped in the
You saw him?
Yeah, I just stopped the car, stop. I made her. They said, "What are you doing? Get up, let me off the bus, let me." And I got off the bus, and I ran to the and everybody said, "Man," but the policeman that was guarding, he's a big, important guy. So they kind of pulled gun. I said, "No, sir, I admire him. I'm not running him to hurt him. I admire him.
Right.
I'm from Washington D.C." And he said, "Oh, you from Washington?" They kind of jumped to it. Yeah. I said, "Yeah, I just wanted to say to Mandela to just God bless you, and that's why I just had to shake your hand and say hello, because we think a lot of you. He said, just keep the struggle up, son. Just keep the struggle."
And you got a chance to meet Nelson Mandela?
Yeah, I met him, yeah.
Oh my God, be still my heart. That's one of the great ones right there.
And Rose, I told you I met Rosie Parks.
Yeah, Rosie Parks, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't make her, but she spoke to
yeah.
Hi, what is your name? I said, okay, I remember that name there. Yeah. Keep the struggle. Whatever you do, just keep the struggle.
Wow.
She told me that.
Okay, well, now we got some pictures on the table. Well, look at this.
Yeah, this
oh
is,
my God.
Where you from, Washington?
Well, I'm a native Washingtonian, yes.
Do you know of a guy, what's that area called?
In Southeast or Northeast?
No. Oh, Lord.
And Northwest?
No, down by Washington, D.C., Georgia Avenue and Florida Avenue, all the Georgia.
Petworth and all that area.
No, what's the name of that area?
That's Petworth. I thought that was Petworth.
No, the area, the big name area, or the Hopper. His name is Hopper, Francis Hopper. Francis, I mean, not Francis, Johnny. That's Johnny Hopper. No, I'm sorry, Francis Hopper.
And he's from that area in D.C.
Yeah, him and him came up together. So I think they was the same age and everything. But he fought in New York back in those days. He fought in New York.
You talking about LeDroit Park?
Leroy Park, that's the
Leroy
name
Park,
of
yeah.
it. Leroy
Yeah,
Park.
yeah.
Yeah. Francis Hopper, Johnny Hopper, all them.
Okay, now, right
This
here.
is Sonny Boy Williams from Lincoln Heights. This is Johnny Gant's cousin.
Really?
Yeah, Johnny Gant's cousin, Sonny Boy Williams.
Wow. So let's look at some of the.
This right here.
You got. I see you got JD right here.
This is J.D. Brown. Yeah,
Yeah.
of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Sugar Ray.
Okay, who we have here?
This is a friend of mine from Riggs Park. Oh, come on, man.
That's okay. Good think about it. And let's see who else we have. Is that Sugar Ray? That's Sugar Ray Leonard?
Yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard, yeah.
There's so many pictures. Oh my God, Adrian. Let's move around there. I want to see that poster right there.
Oh, the poster right here.
Yeah. Is that round one?
Yeah, round one. This is all
Is
the
that the boxing team?
This is all the team for round one. Got the same colors on everything. Yeah. This is my son. This is what's this guy? You remember heard of a guy called Dominique Wade?
Oh yes.
That's
oh
him,
yeah.
That's him right there. With 8 years old. Started
Yeah,
with
yeah,
me.
yeah. Oh, that he had a heck of
Another
a.
guy named Larry Risto. He locked up right now. Larry was still locked up with my son too there. And this is who is it? Oh, doggone it. I can't think of the
Yeah.
name, man.
Wow. Let's look over here. Who's this?
Johnny Tapia. I trained Johnny. I told you I trained 14 world champions. He's Johnny
one of
Tapia.
them.
Good fighter.
Okay, you got
He
some.
died from an overdose.
Okay.
This right here is J.D. Brown,
J.
Sugar Ray Leonard, my
Oh.
granddaughter, my wife right here. And, you know
Brenda
that-
Davis.
You know
And
who's that guy? I know you know him. You on the commission board and all that.
oh, but that was a while back. That was the God, I can't think because we went to the WBA convention. Now, this is the guy. This is the. Were you in the ring with him? You were boxing him?
Yeah. The night he died, I was right there with him. I couldn't get his attention.
Wow, that's just sad. That is sad. Okay, Adrian, let's talk about this picture right here.
Yeah, me and my daughter.
That's your wife?
I'm sorry,
Oh,
my wife and my son Victor Vaughn.
So we're gonna move around the
Right here,
table. Who
we
we
got
got right here?
married. We got married October the 2nd, 1965.
Wow.
55
Is
years.
that like?
That's my mother. That's my mother. That's my father. That's my mother. Both passed now. This is me. This is Brenda. This is my grandmother. This is my wife's mother and my
and
wife's father.
Wow, that's a great picture of you guys. Let's what we got right there. Is that round one too?
No, this is Big Bear Gym, and Big Bear Gym in California.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all the champions. This is what's called here. What's your name? What's your name? Right here. The world champion.
Let me see. Can't see his face right now.
Oh,
Is that Floyd Mayweather?
No. Oh,
can't see his face,
doggone it. What's the name?
Mosley. Sean Mosley?
Shane Mosley.
Shane Mosley. Yeah.
You
Couldn't
know
see his
better
face
than me.
that well. Okay, who we have
This
here?
is Hassan Robbins.
Okay.
A guy showed me this. He wanted me to buy this, and I bought it from him for Hassan Robbins when we won the championship in the world.
Wow.
Knocking out Lennox Lewis. This is my son, me and my son. The one that's locked up right now. The one locked up.
Wow, Adrian. Jesus Christ.
What?
You and him look just alike.
Me and him?
Yeah, really. Look at the eyes. Wow.
He got weird eyes.
Okay, who we got there?
This right here, William Joppy.
Oh, Joppy.
He defended his title more than any other champion I had, Joppy.
Really?
8 times, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. This is my wife.
That's Vita?
Yeah.
Is that Vita with your wife?
No, that's Victor's daughter.
Oh, okay.
But what's the thing?
Oh, and that's the ring announcer, isn't it?
This
Mike
is
Buffer.
De La Hoya.
Oh, De La Hoya picture?
Yeah, De La Hoya.
Wow.
That's Oscar De La Hoya. Muhammad Ali. my wife, my brother's wife. Her name was Brenda too.
Wow. And look at this. What is this right here?
Oh, which one gave her that? What's the name of the champion of the world? Common Basilio.
Okay.
You heard it.
Wow. He gave you this, Adrian?
He gave me that, yeah.
Wow. So we're at the end of it, and Adrian, this has just been just an amazing time with you. I mean, you're just like a history buff, you know. And I just want to thank you for spending the time. Is there anything else, anything you want to talk to us on closing, going out? What do you want people to know? What you contribute to the boxing world?
Yeah. Well, boxing is not all bad. A lot of people got boxing limited down as a bad sport, a bad game, you know. And it's not for real. It goes to show you that God gives a way for everybody that can make money and can make a living and can live. And that's what some of the boxers have done. Most of the boxers have done.
Wow. And I want to say that here at the Right Hook Show, we were just thrilled to have you. I mean, you're just a wealth of knowledge, history.
What'd you say, Right Hook Show?
The Right Hook Show, yeah.
Why you say why you call it that?
I call it a right hook because I got the right hook for you.
That's for a left-hand fighter.
Well, I got it right hook.
90% fighters are right.
Yeah. But like I said, Adrian, thank you again for letting us in your home.
Sure.
All right, thank you.
Wow,
wasn't it an amazing show? This man has so much history. Oh my God, I'm just so blessed, and I know you guys will too. Once you see that video, it's amazing. He's so knowledgeable about the boxing, about the history of boxing and everything. So we'll see you back here real soon on the Right Hook Show.
B-A-B-I-E, everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box, I stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish y'all to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate now.
She's a boxing promoter and you know a soldier. She work with big.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White, and this is our co-host right here, Mr. Leo White. He decided to sit in with us today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our show. We got some great lineup for you. We got some boxers talking about what the pandemic has done in terms of putting their boxing career on hold. And you're going to talk to Moi about how she got into the boxing business. So hope you tune in because like I said, we have some very great pieces for you. So always remember, we always be bringing you great punches right here on the Right Hook Show.
Myth. If you get COVID-19, you'll recover after a few days. That myth is false. We're only just beginning to understand the effects of COVID-19 on the human body, as we're starting to see more and more people identifying as long haulers who are having symptoms for weeks, if not months after their initial infection. Continue to wear a mask, socially distance, and wash your hands. Together, we can keep COVID out of school.
For ways to keep your community safe, go to backtoschooltogether.com.
Even though there is so much against us, you will see me wearing a face covering because I care about myself and my community. You will see me as a woman who stands up for what I believe in. Join us in wearing a face covering to help stop the spread of the coronavirus, because this is one small act of kindness that has the power to make a difference.
B-A-B-I-E, everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box, I stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish y'all to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate now.
She's a boxing promoter and you know a soldier. She work with big.
Hey everybody, thank you for tuning in to the Right Hook Show. I'm your host, Cassandra White, and this is our co-host right here, Mr. Leo White. He decided to sit in with us today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about our show. We got some great lineup for you. We got some boxers talking about what the pandemic has done in terms of putting their boxing career on hold. And you're going to talk to Moi about how she got into the boxing business. So hope you tune in, because like I said, we have some very great pieces for you. So always remember, we always be bringing you great punches right here on the Right Hook Show.
Listen, you're my friend.
I noticed you haven't really been yourself recently.
Yeah, I feel like something's up.
How are you?
Are you okay?
Is there anything you want to talk about?
I just want to know how you're feeling.
And listen, even if you don't know what to say, I'm here to talk.
No matter what you're going through,
I just want you to know I'm here.
I've got your back.
when you want to talk, I'm here.
I feel like her heartbeat is like same speed as mine. And I think we have this like deep connection, this heart connection in her heart, that there's room for me and mom. When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer. It's a sensory thing. It's a thing with Asperger's.
She's really good with Anya. I've seen adults react to my daughter when she has meltdowns, like she's from a different planet. And this little animal just sat next to my child and was just like, you know, it's gonna be cool.
She's my superhero.
Good job, kitty cat.
When we adopted Lucky, we discovered all the wonderful things that make her unique.
Lucky's a little bit of a lot of things, but mostly she's pure love.
B-A-B-I-E, everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box hot, stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish y'all to try me. I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. I be there with baby, yeah, I be there with baby. So you can stop the hate now.
She's a boxing promoter and you know a soldier. She work with big.
About to show these little how I go. Pay attention, you should stay and learn. Turned up in the club, nigga. You know I came here with baby girl.
Hey, B-A-B-I-E, everything foreign, we ain't even Chinese. Box hot, stab bread like 9 feet. And I wish you would try to try me. I be